10 signs of narcissistic abuse syndrome. Navigating relationships can be challenging, but dealing with narcissistic abuse takes it to a whole new level. In this video, we'll delve into 10 signs that could indicate you're experiencing narcissistic abuse. From the insidious tactics of isolation to the damaging effects on your mental and physical health, understanding these signs is crucial for your well-being and empowerment. Before we start with the first point, subscribe, comment, and like this video to support our channel. Now let's get started. 1. Feeling cut off. Narcissistic abuse often begins insidiously, with the narcissist strategically isolating their victim from their support network. This tactic serves multiple purposes for the narcissist, as it not only increases their control and dominance over the victim, but also creates a sense of dependency and reliance on the narcissist for validation and companionship. Initially, the narcissist may subtly undermine the victim's relationships with friends and family members by planting seeds of doubt, sowing discord, or spreading malicious rumors. They may criticize the victim's loved ones, devalue their opinions, or outright forbid contact with them under the guise of protecting the victim. Over time, these subtle manipulations can escalate into more overt acts of isolation, such as monitoring phone calls, intercepting messages, or restricting social activities. As the victim's support network dwindles, they may find themselves increasingly dependent on the narcissist for emotional support, validation, and companionship. This dependency plays directly into the narcissist's hands, as it reinforces their power and control over the victim and makes it easier for them to manipulate and exploit them. The psychological impact of this isolation cannot be overstated. Victims of narcissistic abuse often feel trapped, alone, and helpless, with no one to turn to for help or support. They may internalize the narcissist's criticisms and begin to believe that they are unworthy of love and respect, further perpetuating the cycle of abuse. Breaking free from this isolation can be one of the most challenging aspects of recovering from narcissistic abuse. It requires reaching out for support, rebuilding damaged relationships, and rediscovering a sense of autonomy and independence. However, with the right support and resources, victims can overcome the isolation imposed by the narcissist and reclaim their lives. 2. Constant self-doubt. Gaslighting is a hallmark tactic of narcissistic abuse designed to make you doubt your own thoughts, feelings, and perceptions. If you find yourself constantly questioning your reality or second-guessing your own experiences, it could be a sign that you're being gaslit. Narcissists use gaslighting to undermine your confidence, control your behavior, and maintain their power and dominance in the relationship. Over time, gaslighting can erode your sense of self-worth, leaving you feeling confused, anxious, and emotionally dependent on the narcissist. 3. Physical symptoms. The toll of narcissistic abuse isn't just psychological, it can also manifest in physical symptoms. Many survivors of narcissistic abuse report experiencing unexplained physical ailments such as headaches, digestive issues, chronic pain, and fatigue. These physical symptoms are often the body's way of expressing the stress, anxiety, and trauma of the abusive relationship. Chronic stress and emotional distress can take a significant toll on your physical health, compromising your immune system, disrupting your sleep patterns, and increasing your risk of developing serious health conditions over time. 4. Decision-making struggles. Narcissists are notorious for their criticism, control, and manipulation of their victims' choices and decisions. If you find yourself struggling to make even the simplest decisions or constantly second-guessing yourself, it could be a sign that you're experiencing narcissistic abuse. Narcissists often undermine their victims' confidence and autonomy, leaving them feeling indecisive, powerless, and dependent on the narcissist for guidance and approval. This erosion of decision-making abilities can have far-reaching consequences, affecting every aspect of your life and perpetuating the cycle of abuse. Do not forget to turn on notifications, to be alerted when we release new videos. Next, 5. Self-sabotage. Survivors of narcissistic abuse often find themselves engaging in self-destructive behaviors as a way to cope with the stress, anxiety, and trauma of the abusive relationship. These self-sabotaging behaviors can take many forms, including substance abuse, self-harm, risky sexual behaviors, and self-isolation. By engaging in these behaviors, survivors may unconsciously seek to numb their pain, regain a sense of control, or protect themselves from further harm. However, self-sabotage only serves to perpetuate the cycle of abuse and prevent healing and recovery. 6. Identity crisis. Being in a relationship with a narcissist can wreak havoc on your sense of self and identity. Narcissists are notorious for their self-centeredness, entitlement, and lack of empathy, which can leave their victims feeling invisible, insignificant, and unimportant. If you find yourself constantly sacrificing your own needs, desires, and values to accommodate the narcissist's demands and expectations, it could be a sign that you're experiencing narcissistic abuse. Over time, this loss of self-identity can erode your self-esteem, self-worth, and sense of purpose, leaving you feeling lost, confused, and disconnected from your authentic self. 7. Boundary issues. Healthy boundaries are essential for maintaining a sense of self, autonomy, and well-being in any relationship. However, narcissists have a tendency to disregard, violate, and manipulate their victims' boundaries, leaving them feeling powerless, violated, and vulnerable. If you find yourself struggling to set and enforce boundaries with the narcissist, it could be a sign that you're experiencing narcissistic abuse. Narcissists often exploit their victims' boundaries as a means of control, manipulation, and domination, leaving them feeling helpless, overwhelmed, and trapped in abusive relationships. 8. Mental health impact. The emotional and psychological toll of narcissistic abuse can be profound, leading to a wide range of mental health issues, including anxiety, depression, PTSD, and complex trauma. Narcissists are skilled manipulators who excel at undermining their victims' confidence, self-esteem, and mental well-being. If you find yourself experiencing persistent feelings of sadness, hopelessness, worthlessness, or despair, it could be a sign that you're experiencing narcissistic abuse. It's essential to prioritize your mental health and seek support from qualified professionals who can help you heal and recover from the effects of narcissistic abuse. 9. Fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. Trauma responses are instinctual reactions to threat or danger that are designed to protect us from harm. When faced with narcissistic abuse, survivors may experience a range of trauma responses, including fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. Fight responses involve aggression and confrontation. Flight responses involve avoidance and escape. Freeze responses involve immobilization and dissociation, and fawn responses involve appeasement and compliance. By recognizing and understanding your trauma responses, you can develop healthy coping strategies and regain a sense of safety and control in your life. 10. Always on alert. Even after the relationship has ended, survivors of narcissistic abuse may continue to experience hypervigilance, anxiety, and fear. The trauma of narcissistic abuse can leave a lasting imprint on the brain and nervous system, leading to persistent feelings of unease, apprehension, and hyperarousal. If you find yourself constantly on edge, scanning your environment for potential threats or dangers, it could be a sign that you're experiencing the lingering effects of narcissistic abuse. It's essential to practice self-care, relaxation techniques, and grounding exercises to help calm your nervous system and restore a sense of peace and equilibrium. Conclusion: recognizing the signs of narcissistic abuse is the first step toward healing and reclaiming your life. If any of these signs resonate with you, know that you're not alone, and there is help and support available. don't hesitate to reach out to a therapist, support group, or helpline for assistance in navigating this challenging journey to recovery. Remember, you deserve to be treated with dignity, respect, and compassion. And you have the power to break free from the cycle of narcissistic abuse and create a life of joy, fulfillment, and authenticity.